Hello, and thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I'm going to be doing the Capricorn energy reading. I feel that if you were drawn here, that there is a message here for you. It could just be a card, it could just be part of the reading, or it could be the whole reading. So as always, take what resonates, leave what does not. All right. Let's get into the reading, see what we got going on here. We have the star. All right. We have the star, which can represent Aquarius. The star can represent hope. It can represent guidance. It can represent direction. The way that she's pouring the liquid out, it's also about releasing and letting go of what? Like negative energy, emotions and feelings. Feeling guided on a path, restoring hope within yourself. All right, we have the Three of Wands, and that's about the direction that you're going in with your life or a choice that you're making. So the Three of Wands is about kind of looking towards the future and seeing where you want to go. And I feel like with it being next to the star card, it's like kind of what gives you hope, what gives you guidance, what makes you excited. I feel that because there's the person and then there is the ship, I feel like, and there's kind of these waves crashing up, I feel like maybe has something happened recently where you feel that you had a goal or you had a dream or you had something you were trying to achieve, and for some reason, maybe it looks like that is not going to happen, or it's becoming more challenging than you thought, and maybe it's not turning out the way that you wanted it to, and you've kind of lost that hope, you've kind of lost that guidance, and you're like, you know what, why should I try? Why should I bother? Why should I, sometimes it's like we have this plan in our mind and we're like, okay, this is how it's going to go. This is how it's going to be, right? But life isn't like that. And maybe it's something like you've put a lot of work into and you put a lot of effort into, but when it doesn't work out, we're like really frustrated. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on with you. But I feel like the universe is saying that there's something bigger and better waiting for you. Okay, there's something bigger, there's something better. You were meant to go on this path to this point, and now things are being shaken up, right? With these waves and the crashing, that now things are being shaken up because you're going to be going in a different direction than what you were thinking. Like, it's all about your mindset and how you're seeing this, right? This challenge that you're going through, this feeling of this loss of hope, and this feeling of, oh, why are these like waves representing challenges coming towards me? Like, why is this happening? Like, I can see, like, you can see the ship, you can see like, yes, like that's the ship I want to get on. But, I was having this clear path till I got to this point, and now it's like, how am I going to get there? There's all these waves crashing. But it's like, okay, the way that you were thinking is not how it's going to happen. It's going to happen in a different way. It's going to happen a different way. And it's restoring hope back with yourself. It's restoring hope. It's saying, okay, I've got a challenge right now, and I'm going through some stuff right now, and the universe is telling me that there's something bigger and better waiting for me, or there's a different way for this to happen, or, I have to change my course right now. We have the Emperor, gaining your power back. Sometimes when we're on our journey, we're confident to a certain point, and then we lose our confidence. And when you're facing this challenge here, I feel like you're kind of losing your confidence, and it's about getting your confidence back again, right? The Emperor. The Emperor is somebody who, I feel that the Emperor is somebody who doesn't give up, who keeps trying. And being in a position of power, you're going to have challenges, right? It's not all smooth sailing, right? Being in this Emperor energy, being in the King energy, right? Making dreams happen, making things come to fruition, right? Pushing your boundaries, going after, having that amazing life. You're going to have challenges because I feel like you're going to be tested, or you're going to be shown new ways, or you're going to be doing different things than what you were thinking. And it's, you know, being that emperor, it's like, okay, this challenge has come up. How do I handle this, right? An emperor doesn't just go, you know what, this is too much for me, you know, I'm not going to do this anymore, right? The emperor is like, yes, I'm in this position of power. People are relying on me, and I need to take control. I need to figure this out, that this challenge is before me, because the universe knows that I can figure this out, that I can deal with this, that I am strong enough to figure out how do I, with this Three of Wands, how do I move forward? Because wands are about action. How do I move forward? And you know, when you have those challenges and you figure out how to move forward, that's when you feel like really great. You're like, wow, I'm so proud of myself for figuring it out, for making the changes, for restoring hope within myself, right? For being able to rely on myself and make things happen. Okay, we have another major card. We have the Hermit, looking within and finding those answers. And I like this one because there's the snake right there, right? There's this challenge. The Hermit is moving along this path, and there's a snake in front of his path, and he's shining a light on it. And this is your challenge, right? Because this is what we are talking about right here. This is representing the snake. And it's like, okay, do I go back, right? Does the Hermit go all the way back and say, I give up, I'm not going to do this? Or is the Hermit like, okay, how do I get past this situation? How do I get past this, right? Looking within and finding those answers, because you have the answers within yourself. I know you do. They are there, okay? If you found this message, then the universe is here to say you have the answers within yourself, and you have to believe that, right? You have to find that within yourself, right? That star, that guiding light, that direction with the Hermit, with the light shining the light on it. You have the answers within yourself, and you need to look within to find those, okay? The important thing here, I feel like, is you can have outside influences, people, situations help you with it, but initially this is a big power growth for yourself, because you're finding the answers within you. Like, you have it within you, okay? You have it within you, and you have to believe that, right? And you have to take that time to yourself. The Hermit is about having that alone time. And that's where you really find your answers. And sometimes it could take a few hours, sometimes it could take a few weeks, sometimes it could take a few months. And being able to have that alone time within yourself and really look within yourself and say, you know what, ever since November, I've gone through a lot of changes. I've had a lot of alone time to myself, and I've really, really done some inner work and really finding some answers. And I feel like it's not having the distractions. Like, I always used to have music on, so there's definitely, I'm starting to put the music back on again, but definitely I was like not having any music on at all. I was not having any distractions. I was having complete silence, because I really feel like that's because any sort of distraction kind of takes your mind away. And I feel like when you have that solitude and that quietness, that's really when you can start to look within. But you have to be in the frame of mind to be ready for that and to accept that. Because definitely things can bubble up and your mind can go astray, but it's like reining it back in and saying, okay, right, taking your power back and saying, okay, this is what I need to focus on. Because definitely if you spend alone time, you can start to feel lonely, and then you can start to feel sad, and then you can start to feel, well, nobody cares about me and nobody's looking out for me, and then it all goes to the left. And that's not what you want to do. The alone time is like this gift that you give yourself to sort through things and say, I need this time for myself to sort through things. I need this time to restore hope, to restore guidance, to restore my own power, right? To empower myself, to look within, to find the answers, to get past this challenge. And that's what you say, I'm thankful for this alone time. I'm grateful for this alone time, because I'm able to sort these things out, to maybe have feelings that come up that you need to work through, or you know, have them come to the surface, and to deal with those and work through those. It's not about the other people right now. I feel like it's about you and finding alone time for you, however that is, whether it's in your living space and you just go into another room, or if you're living by yourself, you know, turning off the TV, turning off the phone, turning off the music, turning off any distractions and having that alone time. Or if it's going for walks, that definitely helps. Driving in the car, just not having anything on. I feel like it's the quiet alone time that really makes the difference. Oh, we have horse spirit. We have freedom is yours. Freedom is yours, but you have to be in the frame of mind to accept the freedom. Free yourself, right? Free yourself from this situation. Free yourself from what is holding you back, right? Because again, seeing these waves and they're crashing and seeing this challenge, seeing this snake here, whatever that may represent for you, freeing yourself from, oh my gosh, this is right, and this is happening, and you start to go to the left and say, you know what? Universe wants me to see something. Universe wants me to challenge myself. Universe wants me to restore hope and guidance within myself, right? Universe is not working against you. Universe is working for you. This is a big time for personal growth within yourself to find you. Like I said, you have the answers within you. You just need to find that way to bring them out, right? And set yourself free with that horse spirit. Freedom is yours, right? Set yourself free. Freedom is yours if you want it. It's for the taking. It's all about your mindset. We have the fates, okay? So I feel that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly where you're at. You're exactly at this crossroads. You're listening to this message, and hopefully there are some things that are resonating for you. And this challenge that you're going through, right? That, because the fates is right below the Three of Wands, where I was talking about, like you were on this path and you were seeing this direction, then you've come to this crossroads, just like the Hermit here. But you're at this point for a reason. You're at this point because there's a lot of gaining of personal strength within yourself here. That it's almost like sometimes I feel like we have these challenges presented to us to see how badly we want to continue on our path, to see how badly, are we really ready for these challenges? Are we really ready for these changes? Are we really feeling strong and confident within ourselves? Or are we going to go back to our old patterns and our old ways because that was easier? Or are we ready to break ourselves free? And that's something that only you can answer, that only you can decide, right? And maybe you've been at this crossroads before, right? Maybe you've been, at this situation before, and you've decided to go back and circle back around, and now you're at this point again. And it's like, okay, do I circle back and come around again, or do I decide to move forward? She also has some wings here, and I feel like that represents with the horse spirit is freedom is yours, setting yourself free with these wings, right? And we also have the star here, which represents the star card. So there's a lot of connection I feel here within, this card is saying, yeah, like it's okay. You're where you're supposed to be, right? Even though it may not be the place that you were thinking, but you're at the place where you're supposed to be. And that's the frame of mind that you have to embrace and say, you know what, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be. So where do I go from here? What do I do from here? What's my next move? How do I restore hope, direction, guidance, and empower myself? We have exactly as you are. The one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. Give yourself permission to feel content right here, right now. Right? So I kind of feel like this goes with exactly as you are. And that's what I was saying, is you are exactly where you're supposed to be. And I love how it says the one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. If you keep yourself in this negative energy and saying, I'm not happy with this situation, right? Like I was saying here with the waves and the splashing and the storms, and like you can see it, but you can't quite get there. And you start to be dissatisfied and you're like, why is this happening, right? That you're feeling frustrated, or you're on your path, right? And you see the snake there and you're dissatisfied, then that's what you are focusing on, right? That you're saying, you know, instead of taking a step back and say, you know what, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And it says, give yourself permission to feel content right here, right now. Just like she has this look of content on her face, like she's content, she's happy, like she's giving herself a hug. Try it. Give yourself a hug. Sometimes, you know, we may not have that person around us to give us a hug, but sometimes I feel like it's really good to give yourself a hug, right? Hug yourself and say, I got this, just like kind of what she's doing, right? She's giving herself a hug and say, you know what? I got this. I'm happy with this moment. I'm happy with this challenge that is before me, because this is going to help me grow. This is going to help me to rely on myself, to trust myself, to empower myself, to, you know, restore hope within myself. If we're always looking for hope and guidance outside of us, then it's always going to be this search that we're going on. We can take from this person or that person, or take from that situation. Time to settle in within yourself and rely on yourself and say, what can I do for me to help myself in this situation? That I can rely on myself, right? That I can empower myself. I have all the answers within myself. Yeah, I can have other people to assist me, but basically it's all within you. I feel like that's kind of like the mindset and the shift that needs to happen here. That's what I've said before. It's all about how you see things. It's all about how you perceive things, you understand things, and changing that mindset. All right, we have modify. I didn't even realize it said that. And then we have a horse here, and then we have the wings. So we have modify. That's what I said, is changing that mindset, modify that mindset, right? That you have the power to modify this situation, that you have the power to change your mindset. And then we have the horse, which is going back to freedom is yours. We have the wings that goes with the fates, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And it's, sometimes we have to modify our plan. It's not what we were thinking, but it's leading us to something bigger and better. And that's how we need to see it, right? Because if you say that it's working against you, and you get yourself again in that negative, when you're dissatisfied with the present moment, that starts to build on itself, right? We have be brave, be bold, be you. All right, so these are just some little extra cards. It's some positive affirmation cards that I have. Be brave, be bold, be you. And it kind of matches the colors in the horse spirit card. And that goes back to freedom is yours. When you're brave and when you're bold and when you're being yourself, you're setting yourself free from the expectations or restrictions that others may put on you, right? Or that you feel that you have to serve or you have to do. We have live your dream, without a doubt. Live your dream. What is your dream? What is your dream? What is your goal? Live it, right? Make it happen. Make it happen. You have the power to make it happen. You have the power to make anything happen that you want to have happen. It all starts with your mindset, right? That you're exactly where you're supposed to be with the Fates card, and to live your dream. And now is your time, right? Maybe you were kind of like, oh, well, this is what I'm supposed to do. And maybe why those waves are there is because you're not truly living your dream. That maybe this goal that you were trying to reach here was someone else's dream for you, or something that you convinced yourself is this is what I'm supposed to do. And maybe why those waves are there is because really there's something else that is meant for you, and that maybe this truly isn't living your dream, right? Looking at it that way, you never know. All right, so let's grab one more. And we have don't stop believing. And that's incredibly important, especially when you have challenges before you, is to don't stop believing. When you stop believing, this challenge gets in the way and it stops you, right? Don't stop believing. If you need to modify, right, your belief or what you're thinking or your mindset, then modify it, right? Change it. Make those changes, looking out for yourself and empowering yourself with this Emperor card. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can. That's why this message is here, is it's time for you to live your dream. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this reading has helped you in some way. I hope you have an amazing day. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.